So good morning everyone. Today we have to discuss about poem. It is very important one to understand for everyone. As we know that poems are generally the emotion of the poet. The heading I have chosen for you, the poet and poems. Poet has different kinds of emotion in his or her mind. When it is required to write or express his emotion, poet uses poetic devices, poetic lines, rhymes, rhythm to make others understand that what is going in his mind. Here we discussed a poem, A Slumber Did My Spirit Say. William Wordsworth, the greatest poet in his time, he wrote very beautifully the lines regarding the death and sleep. As in his imaginary story, as it is said, but I do believe that he was deeply shaken while writing this poem. He introduced his beloved Lucy when somehow she was found dead, and he was in grief. He was not in good mood, and he found that Lucy was not moving at all. She had lost her charm, she has lost her emotions, everything. He is saying that now she has turned into earthly elements, so now she is no more. Let's see, the poet is trying to express his emotion in his words. That's why the poet requires literary devices and rhyming scheme, sometimes ballad. So we have to see some types of poems that we study. Type of poem or forms. We have heard tercet, a poem which has 3 lines. The poem which has 3 lines is called tercet. A poem which has 4 lines is called quatrain. A poem which has 6 lines called sestet. Poem which has 8 lines called octave. Poems which has 2 lines called couplet, and poem which has 14 lines called sonnet. When we go ahead, we find different kinds of poems in which lines are different, and we should write the name of the poem, forms of the poem, whether it is tercet, sonnet, sestet, octave, couplet or quatrain. So obviously, A Slumber Did My Spirit Say is a poem written in the form of quatrain. You can find 4 lines in an stanza. Now we are going to discuss something about the literary devices that the poet always uses in their poem. The first very common one that we know, alliteration. Let's remind, आज हम लोग इस पोएम के कुछ लिटरेरी डिवाइसेस को जो पढ़ेंगे उसे हम मेमोराइज करने की कोशिश करेंगे, समझने की कोशिश करेंगे, ताकि जब पोएम में इस तरह की चीजें दी हो गई हो तो हम आसानी से समझ लें कि alliteration किसे कहते हैं. So let's start. Alliteration means same starting sound in nearby words. In this poem, A Slumber Did My Spirit Say, spirit and seal is alliteration. Here are given an example: seashells, 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 seashells is called alliteration. Here the sound of S is initially matching to S, S and S. That's why it is called alliteration. The next one is assonance. Assonance means what? Repetition of vowel sound. If a stanza which finds a vowel sound, that is for go and ma, the lawn. So the sound is vowel. You can see the O sound. Go, ma, lawn. So sound is O. O sound is being produced here in this. So then we can find that this is called assonance. Another one is consonance. Consonance means repetition of consonant sound. Same here, Peter, patter, Peter, patter. Here Peter, patter is a P sound. Sound is P. So it is P sound. It is called consonant. Another one is rhyme. Rhyme means what? Same ending sound. Like light, night. If it is coming like in this form, light, and here night, we write rhyme scheme A. That means same ending sound. It is called light and night. Another one is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a kind of a literary device in which poet uses some musical instrument sound, in lines or stanza, like buzzing sound. Buzzing sound is buzz. Buzz means when insect speaks something, insect produce some sound. Bang, thud, splash. So these all sound represent some musical sound. That's why it is called onomatopoeia. Next time we'll see the very common one, simile. Simile is a literary device which is used to compare between two unlike objects by using as or lion. Like brave as a lion. So brave is being compared to the lion. Next one is metaphor. Metaphor is a literary device which is used to compare two objects, or maybe you can say it is called direct comparison, and it transfers the character from one object to another object without using as or like. Like health is wealth. So the character of health is being transferred to the wealth, and time is money. Same, it is being transferred to the another one. Clear? Next one, they can give personification. What is personification? Personification is a literary device which is used to assign the human qualities. Assign the human qualities to any other non-living objects or any other objects. Like trees are dancing. So the character of dancing is the character of human being. So it is being assigned to the trees. The trees are dancing. But generally we know trees do not dance. Dancing is the character of human being. The wind whispered. The whispering is also quality of human being. Whispering means फुसफुसाना, दो sound में बोलना. The wind cannot whisper. The wind blows very slowly and it produces a little sound. That's why it is called the wind whispered. Another one is oxymoron. Oxymoron means it is a literary device which is generally used to express the opposite or contradictory but true. Contradictory things, contradictory thoughts, like less is more. Here, a person or suppose you have think something like very less amount, but it is enough for someone to be alive. Or if it is very important, without that person cannot sustain. cannot survive. So for that particular situation, that less amount is more. It is true. It is true. So this is called oxymoron. When the opposite of less is more. When the two words are used opposite to each other, contradictory to each other, but it seems true while writing, while speaking, that means it is called oxymoron. Let's see another one. Another one is irony. Irony is like beyond the expectation. If someone is commenting, it is not true, but it is just opposite of. I did not expect that someone would say like this. मुझे कोई उम्मीद ही नहीं थी कि कोई इंसान इस तरीके से मेरे ऊपर कमेंट करेगा. सो ऐसे सिचुएशन में हम लोगों ने इसे कहा ऑपोजिट ऑफ एक्सपेक्टेशन. Fire station burns down. Look here, it's a fire station, but it burns down. It seems like that fire station is not appropriate. It is not working properly. That's why poet has used fire station burns down. Done. Another one is pun. It's a word play. It is generally called the playing of word. Like suppose a boiled egg is hard to beat. Obviously, it is looking like a pun. We are playing with the words. A boiled egg cannot, beat. So that's why it is hard to beat. Another number 12 that we see anaphora. Repetition of starting words, consecutive lines. At consecutive lines. When we repeat any particular word, like if I am writing I want, and in another line it is also coming I want like this. So maybe when a line is repeated more than one lines or consecutive more than one lines, obviously it is called anaphora. Clear? The next one is enjambment. What is enjambment? Enjambment means what? When line continues without pause. If there is no pause, sentence is flowing from one line to another line, one line to maybe first line to next line. So obviously this is called enjambment. There is no full stop, no comma, no punctuation mark, no syntax. That is called, and the flowing continuously flow from one line to another line. That is called enjambment. Number 14 is caesura. Caesura means it's a literary device in which there is a pause in the middle of the line of the poem. Like to be and put the comma or not to be. So the between to be or not to be there is a comma. That's why we say it is caesura. Done? So we have discussed here some literary devices. Now go back once again and see everyone. We have discussed here. First we discussed poet and poems. What is poems? Why poet writes poems? To express his inner qualities, inner feelings, emotions for the others. Poet uses of its forms like tercet, quatrain, sestet, octave, couplet and sonnet. A slumber did by split seal is a quatrain which is written in 4 lines. Stanza is written in 4 lines. That's why it is called quatrain. Another one, the literary devices that we discussed. You should write it down in your notebook, and if it is required you should go through that. It will come in your practice and you can easily understand. Without knowing the literary devices, a literature cannot take place at its own position. Rest of all, simile, metaphor, personification, oxymoron, irony, pun, anaphora, enjambment and caesura. So this much we discussed today. In next video we'll discuss something more.